And if a member of his family will comfortably say, we've all had to deal with things that are rude. Rude and racist are not the same.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 scandals and controversies of the last decade involving public figures.
The ruling: 14 days in prison, $30,000 fine, 1 year supervised release, and 250 hours of community service.
Number 10. Ellen DeGeneres' treatment of employees. The comedian presents herself on her talk show as a friendly, down-to-earth personality. However, rumors of mean remarks and actions have circulated for a while, and in 2020, employees began to speak out.
Remember, these were allegations of fear and intimidation at the workplace, of sexual harassment, of racism. Shocking allegations on their own, but this was at the Ellen show.
In a report from BuzzFeed in July, employees alleged that Ellen presided over a toxic work environment where they were exposed to sexual harassment, racist comments, and other issues from the show's producers. Following these revelations, ratings dropped by more than 1 million viewers.
The Emmy winner finished by acknowledging she's not just a TV personality, she's also the boss of 270 people on her show's staff. Ellen says she wants them all to be happy and proud to work there.
In 2021, DeGeneres announced that she would be ending her show after 19 years on the air. Number 9. Jussie Smollett's fake hate crime. The actor from Empire made headlines when he claimed in January 2019 to have been the victim of an attack outside a Subway restaurant in Chicago.
How can you doubt that? Like, how do you not believe that? It's the truth. And then it became a thing of like, oh, it's not necessarily that you don't believe that this is the truth. You don't even want to see the truth.
Smollett alleged that 2 white males in MAGA hats put a noose around his neck, poured bleach on him, and beat him while yelling racist and homophobic slurs. It was later revealed that the men were actually Nigerian-born brothers who knew Smollett and said he'd paid them to stage the attack. The initial charges against Smollett were dropped, which also caused controversy. He was even so bold as to file a countersuit against Chicago, but he was later convicted of making false police reports and disorderly conduct.
For years, his allegations had raised questions of race, hate, and lies surrounding his claims, which affected the city of Chicago and beyond. Today, a jury said he was lying.
Number 8. 2014 photo hack. Ever get suspicious emails asking for sensitive information? Some of them look legitimate, as if they're from Apple or Google, but they're not.
An invasion of privacy tonight impacting some of the biggest stars in the world. Personal photos of some A-list celebrities were reportedly posted on photo sharing site 4chan, allegedly obtained by hacking cloud accounts.
In 2014, several celebrities, including Jennifer Lawrence, Kirsten Dunst, and Kate Upton, were the victims of such a scam. Their iCloud accounts were hacked and private photos uploaded to websites like 4chan. It was a horrible invasion of privacy that's enough to give anyone nightmares. Lawrence was perhaps the most vocal about her outrage, calling the hack a violation and sex crime.
Just because I'm a public figure does not mean that I asked for this. It does not mean that it comes with the territory. It's my body and it should be my choice. And the fact that it's not my choice is absolutely disgusting.
At least 5 men who were involved in the hacking were convicted and given prison sentences. Number 7. Lance Armstrong's doping scandal. This pro athlete and cancer survivor was seen as an inspiration by people around the world and raised millions for cancer research through his Livestrong Foundation.
For 7 straight years, he dominated arguably the hardest sporting event in the world.
History in the making, 7 times a winner of the Tour de France.
Around him grew an empire that included a powerful foundation dedicated to fighting cancer.
It's one of the great human stories.
He was an example of what was possible if you worked hard and believed in yourself. However, in 2012, Armstrong disappointed the sports world and disillusioned his supporters when he admitted to using steroids to enhance his performance during his bike races.
Yes or no? Did you ever take banned substances to enhance your cycling performance?
Yes.
Yes or no? Was one of those banned substances EPO?
As a result, Armstrong was stripped of all 7 of his Tour de France titles and was banned for life from the sport. Number 6. Prince Andrew's ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Wealthy financier Jeffrey Epstein was able to cultivate a lot of relationships with powerful people based on his ability to traffic young girls.
The Monday morning headlines say it all. Prince Andrew's attempt to explain his friendship with accused sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein backfiring.
According to one of Epstein's victims, Virginia Giuffre, Prince Andrew was one such a person and abused her in 2001. The ties between Epstein and the Duke of York were reported by the BBC in 2011, and in 2019, the prince gave a disastrous interview where he infamously tried to dispute allegations by insisting that he was unable to sweat.
I have a peculiar medical condition, which is that I don't sweat.
Prince Andrew, who served in the Royal Navy, says he developed the rare medical condition during his combat tour in the Falklands War.
The Epstein scandal has been a headache for the British royal family, and in November 2019, Andrew stepped down from his duties as a royal. Number 5. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry stepped down. Meghan Markle married Prince Harry in 2018, leaving acting behind and becoming the Duchess of Sussex. However, British tabloids found much to criticize, from her choice of wedding flowers to the fact that she eats avocados.
There was such an obsession about anything in my world.
Some commentators have linked this bias to prejudice against Markle's nationality and biracial heritage. Due to the hostility, as well as invasions of privacy, Markle and Harry stepped down from their senior royal positions in January 2020.
And if a member of his family will comfortably say, we've all had to deal with things that are rude and racist are not the same. And equally, you've also had a press team that goes on the record to defend you, especially when they know something's not true, and that didn't happen for us.
Among the public, some were understanding, especially given the fate of Harry's mother Diana. Others were outraged. Perhaps no one was more angry than Piers Morgan, who claims that Markle once ghosted him and has kept up a steady barrage of criticism. Number 4. Harvey Weinstein and MeToo. An influential producer once considered a titan in Hollywood, Weinstein was accused of assault and harassment by numerous women, as detailed by the New York Times and the New Yorker. After these stories came out, actress Alyssa Milano encouraged women around the world to share their stories on social media with the hashtag MeToo.
It was started by actress Alyssa Milano. She tweeted out, "If all women who have been sexually harassed or assaulted wrote Me Too as a status, we might give people a sense of magnitude of the problem."
This would spark a movement that changed the way many industries viewed misconduct in the workplace. In February 2020, Weinstein was found guilty on multiple counts of misconduct and was later sentenced to 23 years in prison.
This is seen as a severe sentence and perhaps a watershed moment for the Me Too movement. Harvey Weinstein sentenced to 23 years behind bars.
Number 3. Allegations against R. Kelly. The R&B artist has long been suspected of having inappropriate relationships with underage girls. In 2002, R. Kelly was indicted on multiple counts of possessing obscene material involving children. Though he was acquitted, and a year later, he was able to beat the rap again.
Last month, Kelly was indicted again. This time charged with aggravated criminal sexual abuse of 4 women.
However, in the late 2010s, more allegations of misconduct and abuse emerged, along with a series of high-profile documentaries, including Lifetime's Surviving R. Kelly. In July 2019, federal prosecutors charged Kelly with multiple felony counts, including racketeering, exploitation, and kidnapping. He was convicted of these crimes and went on to receive a sentence of 30 years in prison. Number 2. Britney Spears Conservatorship. The Princess of Pop became an instant sensation in 1999 with Baby One More Time, but in the mid-2000s, she had a very public breakdown, shaving her head, checking into and out of drug and alcohol rehabilitation facilities, and even crashing into a parked car. The media coverage was relentless, and the public could not get enough.
She was constantly swarmed by paparazzi. She was talked about in the tabloids and portrayed in a very misogynistic and sexist light.
After child welfare investigators got involved, she lost custody of her children. It all culminated in a conservatorship under her father Jamie, with conditions including time in a psychiatric facility and using an IUD. In response, her fans started a Free Britney movement to advocate for an end to the conservatorship. Britney Spears and her supporters finally got their wish in November 2021.
Her most ardent fans, the legions of the Free Britney movement, celebrating outside.
That's so happy. She deserves all of the freedom.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Accusations against Bill Cosby. Before Hannibal Buress's rant at a stand-up show went viral in 2014, Bill Cosby was so loved and respected as a comedian that he was known as America's dad.
But this squeaky clean image was quickly shattered as the sexual assault allegations came pouring in.
However, after the Buress video gained attention, several women felt encouraged to come forward and accuse Cosby of misconduct. In 2018, Cosby was indicted and convicted of aggravated indecent assault against Andrea Constand and received a prison sentence of 3 to 10 years. However, in 2021, he was released early after the Pennsylvania Supreme Court overturned his conviction, citing a violation of due process.
Many do not see a legal path for another case, but some say they're not giving up.
Other civil cases are still being brought against Cosby, and the scandal has forever tarnished his legacy. Which of these scandals do you think had the biggest impact on the 2010s? Let us know in the comments.
He was making a mockery of the whole situation, and then, in my opinion, being coached on the sideline of what to say and how to say it.